Goblin House Studios.
Welcome to our actual play tabletop podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 16 of our actual play tabletop podcast. I'm Matt, and I play Shrimp Stomp.
I'm Jojo, and I play Ninx.
I'm Bianca, and I play Leilathia.
I'm Spookjam, and I play Galliot Delaric.
Hey everyone, I'm Cody, and I play Thoradin Stronghollow.
And I am Adam. I am our game master. Well, in the last episode, the party brought their poor, dug-up friend they met in episode 1 to a important wizard's house, only to find that he has disappeared, and his angry wife kicked the group out and said, "Get out of here," for fear that Delsinora, who was going to be kidnapped by these men in black cloaks, and who seemed to have been the same type of group that kidnapped Bartol, it seemed. She's worried that Delsinora's presence could lead them to her home, and she won't have that. So she sent you off into the rainy night, sheltered under a bridge, briefly, and then made your way south to speak again with the wizard Zin. And he was just about to perform an identify spell to see what else can be learned about one of your collar fragments. By this point, Romina has come in and brought you all some food and some wine. It's the closest she has to beer.
No!
It's some strange exotic food from the far south, which you can only identify one collar fragment right now with your one pearl. What fragment are y'all going to choose?
Could we choose Delsinora's?
She's the only one you don't have.
We don't have her fragment.
Because the City Watch took it.
So it has to be one of ours.
So, let me ask you this. If you cast this spell and you'll be able to take this curse off of one of us, correct?
Master Thoradin, it will be the first baby step into finding out if we even can remove this from you, much less actually do so.
Well, in that case, I believe young Galliot should be the first to go.
Very well. If you would, let me see your color fragment.
I take it out of my backpack and hand it to him.
He takes it, turns it over in its hands, kind of shakes his head, as if to just be affected by how much power could be in this tiny object and all the evil it could wrought. He waves his hand over the vessel of wine that Alto brought him, and he balances an owl feather that floats on it, and he places the pearl on that and clasps his hands together. And the pearl and the feather just disintegrate into the wine, and the wine gains this mirror-like reflection. And he places the fragment just above it, and it just hovers above this vessel of wine, kind of turning in place slowly.
I think she's so enthused. She's just trying to
Trying to, peek over into it.
yeah.
He begins to quietly chant to himself in his language, Solemni, while Rumina comes in and lights some incense around the little table that this is being performed on. And after a moment, the little fragment stops moving. The symbol, the glyph that's etched in it, begins to glow. And that glow itself rises up off of the fragment into the air and kind of separates into the different lines and shapes that make up that glyph.
Does this affect Galliot in any way?
It does not.
Okay.
No. Those markings on the glyph get bigger and bigger and bigger until they almost fill the room with a sort of light. And you immediately, quite strangely, smell the sea and hear gulls making a sound. and the voices of many, many people around you, a crowd. And slowly the room itself disappears, and you find yourself on a stone platform in a big, exotic city, looking down over a harbor. The harbor is not Ramos, it's some other place. And around you are people from the south who are waving and excitedly talking amongst themselves as you watch this large fleet of ships, exotic ships from Solemnos, a design that Galliot would recognize. And there just seems to be this air of exultation in the air. Everyone is so excited that this fleet is departing. And in the kind of the chatter, which you can barely make out, if any of you speak Solemni, Thoradin, you hear some kind of vague statements that in context seem to show that this is a brand new merchant fleet that's going to bring wealth back into the city and end their hard times. That's the vague sense that you get. Then, much more quickly than it appeared, all those surroundings begin to disappear, and all that light closes up and folds up very quickly into tiny little points of light, which are the little shapes of the glyph. And it reassembles its shape and goes down back into the fragment, and the light show ends.
What in the crap was that?
Zen pushes his spectacles up over his eyebrows and stares at the water, very confused seeming. He pulls the vessel of wine really close to him and looks deeply in it, like he's seeing something. And as he finishes, the fragment is about to fall into the wine, but he catches it first, and he hands it back to Galliot. Give me a moment to process what I just saw. I need to smoke something.
I have some sky thistle.
He was about to get his hookah out, and he was, young lady,
Yeah, yes, I have plenty and love to share.
far be it for me to turn down the offer of a South Moon elf. I would be happy to receive this from you.
Of course. Leilathia loads her prettiest pipe that she has and hands it to him.
He takes it and begins to smoke it and leans back thoughtfully. You all saw that as well, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes. They were, people chattering. They were happy that the ships were leaving. It was some merchant fleet.
Yes. A moment in time captured into this glyph. But why would that matter?
I do not. I don't know. There's no connection.
No connection.
Mr. Galliot, was any of that familiar to you?
I didn't mean to interrupt you, I'm sorry. The clothing, some of you here would have seen Solemni people before, and the clothing they were wearing is like from another age. It's very different, like centuries ago. Just the style of it and everything. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I recognize the type of ships, but I don't recognize any of the people or the clothing or much else.
Zen takes another puff from the pipe. I can tell you this. I saw in my mind what this is and how it was made and how it was used. A great vizier, that is what we call wizards in my homeland. Great vizier physically forged each fragment, enchanting it with a gesh. That is a powerful spell that makes some unfortunate soul a slave. But to complete this artifact, he bound this glyph to it. And a glyph, so powerful it is, that only a great spirit or god could have made it. I dare not name who I theorize it to be, for fear of offending the gods. But what that moment a merchant fleet has to do with any of this, I do not know.
Well, I suppose it depends on what the merchandise is.
I suppose, but enslaving genies, which is what I believe it is for. Why would that be of any consequence? That's no known magic. Only a god or a great spirit. Moon's shadow steps forward and sits down with a shit-eating grin on his face. Well, I'm not afraid to sling out accusations.
What accusations? Do you
Nate turns around and looks at him and it's like, ooh.
We calling the gods out?
When you found this, I couldn't mistake the smell of these pieces. They still reek of the same goddess that exiled my master, Malus, the Watcher. He makes kind of a sneezing sound that might be his equivalent of spitting, and then he settles down, crosses his paws, and sits down. Zen puts his spectacles over his eyes and leans back. Well, an awkward silence.
What did the dog just say?
Who's Malus?
And Shadow curls up his lips like he's about to say something nasty.
Do it.
But Zen interrupts. Malus the Watcher. She is a goddess of magic and secrets. Very old, very powerful. Easily offended.
Not all the gods.
It is true that only a god could have done that, and then given it to mortal viziers for their dreadful use enslaving the genies. Maybe it was meant to not only control the genie, but mutate them into something more powerful.
That doesn't sound good.
That's not good at all. That could be why Earth Mother communed with me the other night.
Do you think so?
Not really, but yes.
I understand completely.
And why it was important for the moss lady. Because I'll grunt, because that's what everybody else called her. Why she was looking all grimace about and wanted us to save Del Sonora.
They say that the gods never use their power against the people. It is said. But if it is true that a deity, he looks up, gifted this weapon to man, if it is from the time period I think it might be, that is when the deity Ludris came to be and swept slavery from Solemnos in a terrible war. I believe that these genies were meant to be a weapon against that god, which ended up failing. Here is my only idea. If we can identify the rest of these pieces, if they contain similar moments in time trapped in these glyphs, perhaps it would allow me to pinpoint the exact time period that it was made, and therefore which vizier may have made it. I do not know if that will matter at all. It is only the only idea I have moving forward. If you can get more pearls.
Well, there's a bit of a problem there.
What is that?
Well, the Del Sonora, her piece is missing.
Yes, true.
We would have to steal it.
Before you do something so risky, let us see what the other pieces convey. It may be enough.
And the only place that I know of that has pearls of that quality is back where we first came in the gem shop next to the endless sky.
I know this shop, yes. You would find what you need there very expensive. Which leads me to another point. We may need a great deal of money to pursue this research further. I may need to go to the Hall of Mesnier. It is a great library here in Ramos. I believe I could stay there with Otto and Romina and be protected by its formidable guards from these abductors, should they come for me. It is very expensive to remain in that library's dormitory. We have only this roof over our head. We'll need money to get these pearls and money for whatever comes next. You're going to need some income.
Maybe we could take jobs. We're pretty good at getting the job done.
Or, if you remember, I suppose that these items suddenly appearing may have something to do with the shipwrecks that were brought upon the beach, out in the bay. It has probably been picked clean by looters, but
I also agree we need to search the ships.
maybe if you were very fortunate and very thorough, you could find something to sell in the bazaar, something the looters missed. If I was better at ideas to make money, I would have the money. I am not sure.
So, we could go to the beach and see all these big boats. Gallia, you could tell me about what all these boats do.
Probably.
That would be really fun.
We could also, since we're searching for pearls, just look in the ocean. It's always an option.
It is where they come from. If you were fortunate, came upon the right clam.
I don't know how to swim.
What? Water is evil.
Only if you mix it with soap.
Double evil.
Zin keeps smoking.
Well, I have some ideas on how I can help supplement an income.
I can also play music. So that's an option.
My fox can dance to the music.
I can make
He
pretty.
shakes his head.
The
slowly.
goblin can also dance to the music.
I don't know
You
how
can
to
if you want
dance.
to.
I make pretty things.
hmm
Delsinora speaks up. My spell book. Without it, I can do little. If we can find it,
Hey,
I will help you in any way that I can.
I was just thinking that Mr. Zen can you locate, maybe? Or point us in the direction of somebody that could help us locate her spell book?
Why would he be able to do that?
Where was it? Was it lost?
It's missing.
Delsinora speaks up again. I dropped it when they pulled me away and put the collar on my neck. Unless someone took it, it might still be out there near the barn where I was taken. I will go there myself if I must.
No, we can take you.
A new spellbook would be prohibitively expensive, especially given money is your second biggest problem right now.
I'm pretty sure it's probably still where she left it.
Yeah, we were quite
I
Far
highly
out.
doubt it.
If it was next to the barn by the guy that I stole the onions from, I'm pretty sure it's still there.
Delsinora starts to struggle to her feet using the petrified wood cane. I have to have it.
Well, I guess we need to go there first before we go look at the boats.
Yeah.
All right, it is evening by now. You want to go out there at night or wait until morning?
Probably be less of a problem if we go there right now.
hmm
So we're poking around during the daytime.
You
It might draw attention to us.
Yeah.
Be sneaky about it. All right. You finish eating what Rumina brought you?
Yes. It was very delicious, thank you.
Nom nom nom.
She kind of bows. Zin holds up the ring, now without the pearl. These gemstones may be valuable.
I take it back and I put it back on my necklace.
Best of luck to you. May you be sheltered from the desert storm.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help again. And I give him another little trinket.
He takes the trinket and looks at it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
We appreciate your help, too. And the food. And I give her a little trinket. Slightly bigger than the one I gave Zen.
She accepts it happily. Okay, do y'all sit out?
Yes.
Real fast. How close are we to the,
Ruka Enclave there? That's where Zen's at.
I head like straight west.
Mhm.
And I was actually asking how close we are to the,
To the bar where we can... We did promise him when we got done.
That's true.
Which one?
the bar where the fixer is. I can't remember the name of
The one where
the
they love
tortured
the...
sparrow.
the tortured Sparrow.
I was going to say it's
Yeah.
something Sparrow.
Oh,
That's like
yeah.
halfway between
Hmm.
the Ruka Enclave and the Vasilia.
Well,
Did we pass it on our way out?
we have
It's
to go out
opposite
of our way.
direction.
Yeah.
Oh no, seems like we have better things to do.
But hear me out, guys. There is a bounty on me,
Mhm.
apparently.
We could say that we captured him.
And then break him out.
Or
Kill the people that we're turning them into.
And we robbed them.
And kill them.
And make them bleed.
I like
And
how you
kill
think.
them.
I like how you
We,
think.
we rob them,
Oh,
kill them,
no.
and make them bleed.
But,
We give them fake money too.
but it kills two birds with one stone there. I find out who's after me, and we get money.
So, we turn you in?
No, I doubt that they know what I look like.
Hmm.
I don't know about that one. They
that
all-
kid that handed you the envelope.
Oh, well, no, he asked. He may have not known.
Yeah, but one of them got away.
Yeah, when them got away and went back.
The kid had reason to ask.
Does
So-
anyone make illusions?
If we could put mud on your face.
I could muck you up real good.
What?
Whoa!
Oh, whoa.
I said muck.
Oh.
All I've got is this guy's self. Sorry.
This guy's
I'll need that paid.
Well, you were saying we find out who it is and kill him and rob him.
Aye.
But what if we turned you in first, got the reward,
And then,
then killed him and
And
robbed
then
him?
killed everybody.
I suppose that.
then we can get the bounty plus some.
Yes.
So we get the bounty and then rob anybody we kill. Rob the
Okay,
dead.
I'm firstly. what I like, what are your heads at, little Rocky? You seem to you seem to be a little
I knew we should have
obsessed.
kicked their butt before we left. I don't know what it was about them, but I knew it.
You seem to be a little obsessed with the murdering bit, which I have no problem with. But yes, I suppose you can trick him into saying that you got me.
Yes. Trick.
Mhm.
Of course, that part.
We have to
It was
lie
like-
to them.
Little does Thornton know we've had him the whole time.
And then we turn on Thoradin.
Oh no!
Mr. Thornton, sir, let me hold your weapons for you.
Yes, this will make the illusion go better.
Yes, yes,
Could
yes.
you
And
hold
your
my rope?
armor.
We
Could you hold my
quote-unquote-
rope around your wrist, Thornton?
Mhm.
Could you hold my rope around your wrist?
So, this is a little tight.
Yes, yes.
No,
Illusion,
remember,
like you said.
the more you struggle, the tighter it gets.
I don't like this.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Whoa.
Hold the rope so that when you're ready, you drop it and you can take the rope around their neck.
The party's getting off the rails.
Okay.
Jesus.
No,
Has anybody got a camera?
nothing wrong with getting
what?
off the road. No, I knew this. I knew this would happen. Do you start heading south towards the tortured sparrow?
Yes.
I'm down.
We're
Let's
gonna
do it.
torture that sparrow, bro.
Okay.
It'd be funny if it was a sparrow.
Dulcinora kind of looks both ways. I'll try to find you after I get my spell.
I believe that would be a bad idea.
You can't go alone.
They're taking lizards.
It would not be very smart.
I'm useless without it. Almost.
You could gather more strength. This would be a place for us to eat and stuff like that. And
You
Yes.
could go up and rest.
these little tiny beds.
I may be wrong, but I think that I don't need rest anymore.
Oh. Maybe you could lay down.
She
and your
did
body
not.
could
You
heal.
might remember. You may or may not have. You were probably asleep. She just sat there all night without ever sleeping.
Well, I mean, you have been through a lot.
You might just have some trauma.
She looks down at her muddy self with dwarf clothes and bare feet. Yes.
Trauma.
And don't worry, we'll get you some proper clothes too.
And, maybe a bath, I guess. If that's something you like.
He's just recommending one because he doesn't want one.
Very well. I'll follow you.
Let's go, guys.
So,
All right.
there is a noticeable
36.
There's a noticeable bounce in Thoradin's step.
Oh, yeah.
Thoradin's finally happy. 10 episodes later.
All right. You begin heading south into the worst part of town. Okay. Which, when you arrive, it'll be not quite midnight. A good time for some rebel rousing in this horrible, disgusting.
Can I have a couple of beers before we, so a couple of brews? Sorry, ale.
Before we piss everyone off.
Before.
Tell me exactly how y'all are situated. Unique situation here as you approach this inn.
I would assume Thoradin's in the lead.
Actually, it'd probably be better that Thoradin be put in the middle and look like he's tied up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. You
Oh.
visibly appear to be tied up.
How big is Galleon?
Orc and half orc.
Yeah, he's a half orc. He's like.
Why are you making
I
noise?
do not have height or weight filled out.
I was just curious.
I know he's taller than Lelathia, though. He's like.
I'm 5'2".
Yeah.
It's my dream height.
In theater mode.
So Galliot should probably be the one holding Thoradin's ropes.
Yeah, he's somewhere in between, I'd say 5'11 to 6'1.
Where's Thoradin's weapons?
Shrimp Stomp has him.
Okay.
He's carrying them, and he's also walking with Dulcinora.
Okay.
I feel like Shrimp Stomp should be right behind
Mm.
Thoradin.
Yeah.
Whenever he's ready.
Hmm.
Slink.
Shrimp Stomp, you've noticed thus far, having gone the length and breadth of the city. Dulcinora is pretty slow and almost relies on you to pull her around to match your speed. Stumbling every now and then. You'd imagine that if you had to flat out run, you'd have to drag her almost how you drug me.
Not another kidnapping.
Okay, and how are y'all situated?
I'm probably behind everybody.
The very end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm beside Thoradin.
We could go in height order.
Almost.
All right. Will you,
It's me.
Okay.
Everyone just jumps him.
how convincing do you want it to be?
You want
Everybody
a
gets
mace?
2 hits.
Mace to the face.
Okay,
Mace to the face.
Everyone gets 2 hits.
You take
Okay,
a point of damage.
Just give me a second.
So y'all are gonna wail on Thornton now.
I'll remember this.
It was your suggestion.
Tell me how that plays out.
He's gonna be pissed by how we walk in.
I don't know. How enthusiastic is everyone hitting me?
Ninx did it reluctantly.
Just kind of.
Just kind of.
Did
She
someone
hits
have
you
to
over
pick
and over
up?
in the same spot.
Yes.
He has a little bruise on the tip of his nose.
Yeah,
Oh,
from
look for
Ninx.
the nose.
Shrimp Stomp does not understand the assignment and fully goes in with the mace.
So we might have a blood trickle now.
Mm-hmm.
I think for good measure, Gallia would have just, like, hit you in the ankle with a belaying pin.
Don't cripple me.
Don't triple.
Not hard enough to break it.
Moonshadow, bite him.
Ow!
Twice!
He looks up at you and just shakes his head and lays his ears.
Between his legs.
He puts his ears between his legs.
Your fox is a ball.
He just looks up at you and lays his ears back and shakes his head. I'm not going to bite you.
Aw.
Ninx more, instead of actually hitting him, more like threw rocks at him.
Oh,
Getting stoned.
But they're like so little.
Sounds good to Leilathia.
I'm gonna get hit in the face with a mace from Shrimp Stomp. I'll remember that, you little shit.
Just doing as I'm told.
Alright. After having done this, ahead of you is the sprawling, nasty inn that is the tortured Sparrow. All the light and sound coming out of it. And there's a bunch of men sitting on barrels all gathered up around the doorway, kind of loitering. And just head up the way.
I'm gonna to like make it look like I'm still be like struggling.
Okay.
Pretending to struggle against the ropes.
Give you a good old slap on the back and tell you to stop it.
Some of those men on the barrels hop off the barrels and they're smoking their pipes and kind of eyeing your group, whispering to one another. And one of them, in a fancy hat with a feather on it, tips his hat back and walks up to you. You wouldn't by any chance be turning in a bounty, would you?
Yes, we are.
What is it of your concern?
I'm here to take him off your hands. Me and the guys.
No, thank you. We'd like to talk to the person in charge of...
I think he's called the Fixer.
I'm like the in-between guy.
No, we
We're
don't
not.
want in between.
We want the fixer.
It's not gonna work, boss.
We'll turn
One of
you
the
in
others
if you don't
said.
get out of our way.
Ah, sirrah, sirrah. He steps out of the way. The other guys do too, and they're all looking at you, appraising you with weapons and sizing you up. Like, is it worth it to jump these people to get the bounty for themselves? But they don't act. How do you enter the inn? Do you kick in the door or sneak in or what?
Ninx runs in under the door.
Into the saloon doors?
Because I'm like, hey, I'm going to scout it out.
I think Gallia just pushes the doors open with his back because he's struggling with the chains or the ropes
Gotcha,
and Thoradin.
You're dragging this guy in.
Let me go. You don't have to do this.
Just like you, we need the money too.
Several of the patrons, turn and watch y'all drag this dwarf in by his tied up hands. Some of them just shrug and look down back at their food, but others watch as if they're looking for a show.
Oh,
We're gonna give him a show.
We're gonna beat this dwarf.
We're gonna beat on him all night to get the money.
Are you not entertained?
This place is very busy, so it's just filled with people right now. What do you do?
You're leading the rebel.
I am. Do we know anything about this Fixer?
Other than he's called the Fixer.
No.
You were given an idea of what he looked like from. one
And
of
maybe
the
we could
thugs.
ask someone behind the bar
Man.
about our ales and this fixer.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, while he's like, I'm gonna get my beer.
Remember, Leela is violent after she's had one or two.
Yep.
I'm ready, guys.
Does anyone remember the description of the fixer?
Nope.
No.
No.
Mm-hmm. All right, you want to go talk to the bartender?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where's that wench?
We're back to that, I see. There's this horribly obese bartender whose neck fat kind of connects almost above his ears. He's so big and hefty. Huge, thick fingers. Uses 2 of them to clean out a glass. He's like 6'8", shaved head, grumpy face, beady little eyes.
High pitched voice?
He sounds like the incarnation of a kitten.
Where are you?
No.
Yes.
Thornton visibly vomits in his mouth.
Welcome to the tortured Sparrow, lady. You look rather nice.
Well, thank you. Enough with the compliments. Where's my ale? Please.
Please.
Coming right up. Hey, you wouldn't be a dancer, would you?
I am not rude.
Would you?
But
for
my
money?
fox.
Would you for money?
I need another dancer.
I'm not into that kind of work.
That's too bad. Pauline is so pregnant now, it just doesn't work.
Why?
Any
She
day
can't get
now.
pregnant no more.
We're here to find the fixer. Look, man.
He just stares blankly. He doesn't get it. He starts filling up. Do you ask about the fixer?
Yeah.
Oh, lad, don't lower your voice when you say that.
Okay, we're here to find the fixer. Where the fuck is he?
This establishment has never been associated with crime or anything like that.
Minx
Mhm.
giggles.
I just,
He cleans a little space on the bar.
I just don't know if I can tell you that kind of information. Yep.
How much do you want for it?
How much would this information cost?
That's the wrong question.
No.
Like 50 gold.
What do you want for it?
How much you got?
Enough for your mom?
Damn. Just right off the tongue.
15 experience for that scathing, scathing remark.
Damn.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna fuck this dude up.
It's his voice, huh?
It's not the voice.
Don't you talk about my mother that way. She was a saint.
I'm sure she was.
Sadist.
You lot better be ordering a drink and or giving me money right this instant.
You know what? I think you could keep your life if you just give us this information. If not, things might go south.
Are you literally fucking?
Well, she said south, and she's a South Moon elf. I mean,
Well, maybe I don't like your kind around here, and I think you need to be thrown out. How would you like that?
Why does your voice sound the way it does? How tall are you?
Look, mate.
Do you even have a brain, or is it just fat up there?
Nink crawls up on the bar. You sound smaller than me.
Get off of my fucking bar.
I go through my pack and hand you a moldy onion.
Ew.
With his little cleaning cloth, he pushes that off of the bar into the floor.
You have all clearly met your limit before you even arrived, so I'm not serving you anything.
Good, we didn't want
He
anything. We just
snatches
wanted.
your ale back.
Aw.
Took your ale back.
We just needed
I
the.
just jump over the bar instantly.
Jump over the bar.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh no.
No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
I mean,
No.
okay, fine. I'll wait.
Bob, Sam, come over here and watch over these people that are trying to cause trouble.
It's the fixer or your life.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna pause this.
Wow.
Bob, Sam, come a little faster.
Could I do a perception check on the people in the bar to see
Yep.
if we've just been harassing this man for no reason?
For too long.
I think you have
For
been
too
arrested
long.
for no reason.
That's 16.
Okay, good. What are you looking for specifically?
Well, we've
What are you looking for specifically?
specifically. Well, we know a little bit about what the fixer might look like. So if I could see if I could scout him out, if he's even here.
Since he rolled high, I'll remind you. You were told he always wears a gray cloak. He's tall and skinny and has a shaved head.
Gotcha.
And that he's normally around here in the wee hours.
Mm-hmm. Of the morning.
Probably anywhere from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Gotcha. What time is it right now?
It's not quite midnight.
Okay.
Or did I say midnight?
I think it
I
was.
think it
We
was
got there at midnight.
yeah.
Midnight.
We've been talking with this gentleman for at least 20 minutes now. Picking
We've
on
been
him.
harassing
Can
this
you
poor
even
man.
can you even stay in the bar until he arrives, or will you be kicked out?
Look,
Anything
maybe I was a
else
little
or-
too hostile with that your mom joke.
Is the
As if we could just go back and start over.
is the
Authority
bartender
just
officially
in the mic.
hostile towards us?
Yeah, he is.
Damn.
Shit.
We have the party harassing this big fat high pitched bartender who is minding his own business, and these madmen came in and just hurled abuse at him, and now two big burly bouncers are coming up to aid him, kind of swaggering with that excited look when they get a chance to beat someone's head in. And it
We
looks
look
like it's
even
not
more
quite,
excited.
blades out yet, but this is an incredibly tense situation. Let's all hope for the best.
Why did I trust you all with this?
But we'll pick up next time. Thank you for listening. And as always, please support your local hobby shop. They need you to survive. And thank you.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter at Goblin House ST.
You can also follow us on TikTok and Snapchat, Goblin House Studios.
You can also follow us on Facebook at Goblin House Studios also.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.